The tragedy at the elementary school in Uvalde, Texas, has impacted the whole world, but it's specifically the people, the parents, of course, of those kids, the state of Texas, and this country. So I asked emotional wellness expert psychologist Dr. Lawana Gladney to come in and talk about what should we all be doing right now. Dr. G, this is a tough one.
It is, I tell you. I've been doing this for a long time, and my tagline is I help people stay sane in a crazy world. And it just seems like the world just continues to get crazier and crazier. To maintain your sanity, to maintain your compassion, right now, we all have to stop and we all have to send thoughts and prayers. And I know people say we get tired of doing that, but you can't. You have to continue to send the thoughts and the prayers. Right now, all of us are feeling some type of emotion. I used to be a school teacher. I'm imagining, and I taught fourth grade. I'm imagining that being me. I am a parent. All of us, whether you're a parent or not, you have been in school. You've been a child. You
live in this country where that happens.
You live in this country, and so we can all put ourselves and imagine if that were us. What would happen? So that type of empathy, walking into your neighbor's shoes, and then as well acknowledging the emotions. A lot of people say, well, I don't want to think about it. I don't want to look at it. And they try to push it back. You can't. It's real, it's here. The best thing to do is to acknowledge your emotions, to feel your emotions, to walk through that pain. So I allowed myself time to cry. I allowed myself time to grieve for the parents, to understanding just how deep this is, because I've also lost a child before. And it's like President Biden said, that rips out your soul. Right. So some people, it could take you back to even your own experiences, but that's okay, because all of us are going to get through this together. Now, these parents and everybody in that community and teachers all over, I mean, it's so impactful. Like you said, Lisa, it has impacted the world.
Yeah.
And so we have to embrace that this has happened. Yeah. We have to embrace that there are people in this world that are not good people, and it's going to result to bad things happening.
Yeah. So acknowledgement, of course, as hard as that is certainly a step that everybody should take. But while I have you, I would love for you to talk to, as a parent yourself, talk to other parents about what should they be doing. And obviously, conversations with kids have to be age appropriate. But at the same time, you have to balance the fact that these kids are still in school and they are going to hear it at any age. So what is the best thing for parents to do today?
So parents, if you're out there, the age of your children, age appropriate, but you have to acknowledge that this has happened. Do not try to hide it from your child, or I'm not going to let them look at the news because I don't want them to feel bad. No, we have to talk about this. These are reality things, real things that are happening, and it could happen in anybody's school. So you want to acknowledge it and have the conversation. How does this make you feel? What if this were your friends? What do you think you would want to do at this present time if your friends had passed away? So a lot of times the kids want to draw pictures, they want to write letters, different things that are going to help. Kids have this resiliency that we know that we forget when we get to be adults, because we have so much other stuff piled on top of us. But at that present time, drawing on their creativity, as well as making sure that they're not going to be encompassed with fear. Because that's the other thing. Oh, I'm scared to go to school, mommy. This could happen. So you want to arm your kids and equip them with knowledge. When they have knowledge, okay, if this were to ever happen when you were at school, you can go over your own plan. And I know school is about to be out, but it is something that you do want to walk with your kids through this process, because it is, and they may start having nightmares, even though they live on the East Coast and they're not here in Texas, but it is affecting everyone. So acknowledge that with your kids and walk through, ask them questions.
I've heard parents say, I'm going to shield them from all of this, which seems, as you're saying, according to what you're talking about, is might not be the best solution, because they're going to hear it anyway and perhaps become more fearful because they're hearing a different version than you as the responsible parent would be giving them. But I also wonder, what should you do in that moment with your kids? I mean, should you just open the conversation and let them talk? Do you need to be interjecting? Do you need to be correcting misinformation? What do you need to be doing as a parent?
As a parent, and kids are real simple. They just ask, how do you feel? How does this make you feel? Does it make you feel sad? Are you mad? And let the kids ask open-ended questions so they can just get it out. And to say, well, would you want to draw a picture about how you feel? Or you want to, write a letter to one of the ones that are angels now. It's things like that that help kids to release, but you don't want to direct whatever. Oh, you shouldn't feel that way, or don't be mad. It's not going to. And a lot of times as parents, we do try to tell our kids how they should feel, but let them lead that by, you leading the question, the open-ended question, asking them, and then saying, wow, I know you're sad today. I'm going to check in with you tomorrow because we're going to get through. Mommy's sad too. I'm sad too. And it frightens me. And then you have to talk to them about, like I said before, there are bad people in this world, and they're bad because something has happened to them. They're hurt, they're angry, they're whatever. And so you always have to be really careful, but letting them know that, sometimes, people do things. And when I say bad people, I should say they have bad actions, because whatever it is in their life that has led them to this point, then they react. So that's how you can explain it.
Then I want to just one last question about this conversation with kids, because parents obviously are feeling a bunch of different things as well. And as you have said, parents, it's best to always acknowledge that feeling for yourself, but try not to get caught up in it, with the, gratefulness and the empathy at the same time. So my question is if parents are sad or crying or upset, is that okay to do in front of the kids?
Absolutely. And
really?
I don't know why parents have forgotten that they were kids at one point, because what we do when we hide our emotions is we tell our kids our emotions, it's not okay to express emotions. So when you say, well, mommy's sad too, I'm going to cry with you because, I'm sad for this parent, this parent and whatever, so that the kids get to see the holistic thing about life. Because when kids grow up shielded from everything, they have a warped sense of how everything works. Well, my mother and father never fought. They never cried. They were never mad at each other. Yes, they were. We just hid that. And then they have this, the reality is an altered sense of reality. So absolutely share your emotions. Let them know I'm angry too, but you know what mommy does when she's angry? This is what I do. So you're also teaching them a way to manage their emotions.
Yeah. So such important, information, coping tools, mechanisms, things that we can do as parents and as adults, especially around the kids right now. This is a tough time for everyone, Dr. G. I am so grateful for your time today. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you. And prayers going out to everyone.